This is Shane Elks, or Mr. Shane, with Creating Frequencies. Today we are going to continue our vocal lessons, and we are going to, last video we talked about how to breathe when singing and how to control your breath and open your mouth to help you out. And today we're going to take that a step further, and we are going to talk about what to do with that breath and how to match it to your tone. The main thing that we're going to discuss today is the approach of singing. Your approach should always be light. You should never come into a note or express a note going boom, right? Because what happens when we do that is the notes tend to bend. And that's how we get a sharp or a flat note when it's not supposed to be that. Because just like if you hit something, if something's sitting there and you come up under it, it's going to go psh, and it's going to bend, right? And then it can get flat. Or if you hit it, it might go up and then it can be sharp. We want it to stay the note that it's supposed to be, so our approach should be light. When you sing every note, you should hit it and get off of it, okay? It's just like when if you touch a button or something and you touch it and it pops up on its own. You should never go boom with it, because then you're not in control anymore. If your approach is always light and you're bouncing and you're lifted, then you are in control, and naturally what is supposed to happen inside of your relaxed throat and the acoustic space in your mouth, it can all happen if you keep your approach light, okay? So when we breathe, and we breathe in through our nose, and we fill up our stomachs, and we relax it, and when we go to apply that and sing, it's not going, ah, right? You should go, ah, okay? And once again, that has nothing to do with volume. You can sing as loud as you want to, but you shouldn't be approaching it harshly. You shouldn't approach it like, in order to sing loud, you've got to just force it out. That's not how it works. If you are supporting here by relaxing and allowing it to work, my beautiful belly, my vocal belly, if you're allowing it to do what it's supposed to do and you're relaxed here, then the volume can come from the air and the controlled air, but you have to still keep it steady and flowing and not let it go out like this. Another approach to this is what I call the putting on your hoodie. And you have to, it's kind of a mind over matter thing. So just like you, if you come to the edge of a cliff, if you come to the edge of a cliff and you go, that's kind of how you should approach a note. You should cover your note, okay? That's a term. You should cover the note. Covering meaning you're lightly grabbing it and holding it, okay? And you're not squeezing it, okay? And you're not just loosely going at it. You're supporting and you're going, duh, okay? So it should be, you should envision your breath going up and over, okay? Your breath is what helps you cover your notes. So instead of me just going, ah, I'm going to go, ah, okay? The difference meaning I allowed my breath to approach it and not my throat to be what forced the note out. Now we're going to sing very lightly. If you're up here, you can sing, oh, okay? And you're just really lightly just going to approach the note, and you're just going to follow it down. So you should be breathing in through your nose, filling up your stomach, relaxing, and just letting it lightly float out on a okay? Now, don't try to match the waver in my voice. I have a crazy vibrato going on because that's just how my voice is. But that's not what this is about. This is about approaching the note. So I'm not asking you to sound like me, some big bassman going on. I just want you to do what you can do and do your best, and that's approach the notes lightly. Now, if you need to start a little higher, I can sing up there right now, but you're just going to do the same thing. You're going to then we're back to where we were. Okay, so it's all about your approach. And the lighter you approach and the more you let it kind of float up here, the higher you can actually get. Now, we'll start to talk about that when we do our video on broadening our range and getting over the humps in our voice. But today, I hope that you can take away from this how to approach lightly. So let's go over that again. We're breathing, doing our correct breathing. And we're envisioning it going from down and up and over so we can get that note and just hold it lightly, and we're just pressing it and getting off of it. We're not going boom with it. So we're going ah instead of going ah, right? We're going ha. So you always, if you're ever questioning if you have breath that is your main force of coming out, is you should apply breath first. So you should go ha. And that way you know that you're not going ah from your throat and you're going ha from your diaphragm. And you should actually feel your stomach move when you're making sounds, when you're making your tones. That means that you're actually breathing and supporting from here. So make sure when you're singing, we're not singing from our throat and we're singing from our stomachs, and we are approaching lightly. Okay? Because if not, and you strain your throat and you just sing from your throat all the time, you're going to lose your voice and you're going to damage your vocal cords. And you sing way too beautifully for that. All right? Thank you so much for joining me today. If you have any questions, you can send me comments, or you can contact me privately. Keep creating and sharing, and I will see you next time. Bye.